Hey guys, let's talk about what healing is and how we actually heal. Alright, understanding that we are on a journey. We incarnated here. We knew what we were going to be born into. Alright? We chose our parents, we chose our family lines, we chose the main things that were gonna happen when we didn't know who we were, when we were living more, we'll say, unconscious to the bigger picture of things, unconscious to energy, unconscious to the fact that we need to heal or anything like that, unconscious to our oneness, unconscious to the love that persists, and how unconditional love is really like what drives everything. And those trauma patterns, the ways in which we had distorted perspectives of ourselves, of reality, that were not rooted in love, right? Because that's what we're healing from, is everything that is within us that is not love. We took on these energy patterns, these trauma patterns that manifested physically in our bodies over time, in nervous system dysregulation, chronic pain, chronic dis-ease, many different conditions, syndromes, symptoms, lots of things. There's many, many different ways in which our traumas manifest physically in our experience and in our bodies. The key to healing is this: remembering love. We have to remember love. We have to remember how to love ourselves unconditionally. Because here's the thing, we have to stop the conditions, we have to stop creating the conditions that create dis-ease, which is anything rooted in distortion, in illusion, in fear, in judgment, in condemnation. Anything that is rooted in falseness, that is not rooted in truth and love, is going to perpetuate more of the same chronic conditions or new ones in our bodies. We heal by returning to truth, returning to love. Now understand that you start with your perception, right? I have to start choosing to love myself unconditionally. I have to look at where I'm not loving myself unconditionally, where I'm not choosing my highest good. You know, am I choosing other people's well-being or certain relationships over my own well-being? You know, am I choosing to live a lifestyle or work under certain conditions that are not loving to me? And if that's the case, I need to change those things. I need to make loving choices. I need to set loving boundaries, right? And so as I commit to loving myself unconditionally and I feel more loved, it naturally becomes more easy to love the world unconditionally, to love others unconditionally, to have understanding and compassion for them, even if they have not chosen yet to see things through love, right? And so we start with our perception and we commit to loving ourselves. Even when it's difficult, even when we make mistakes, we come back to love. We keep returning to love and we keep choosing love. That is the key to our healing. From there, we will start to purge emotionally. We will have anger arise. We will have fear arise. We will have sadness arise. We will have lots of feelings arise, old patterns that are not rooted in truth, but they have to be felt. We have to be the loving presence that sits with those emotions and lets them be purged, let them be felt. They're just emotions. You can sit with them. You are not the emotions. You can sit with them. You can observe them. You can witness them lovingly, with compassion. And if they need to be expressed, you can say the things that need to be expressed. Even if the things are like, I want to die, and I hate me, I hate my life, I hate this, I hate that. Just know that that's not really you. That's just the old pattern that needs to be healed. I've done it plenty of times. There have been plenty of times where I sat by myself screaming, I hate myself, I hate life, I want to die, knowing full well I didn't actually want that, but I needed to get it out of me. So that's what you do. You sit with it and you let it be ugly and messy and you throw a tantrum, and then after that you remember love and then you feel better. That's healing. And so then we heal the emotional level of things, right? And this comes in waves, it's not linear, all right? And then at the physical level, this is where we have to realize this is not on us to fix, all right? If it feels good to move and do movement and do exercise and things like that, somatic movements, different types of breathing, whatever, do those things. But if it feels good, like let's say for me, for example, my pain came in chronic pain, like my fascia really tightened and wound up, and especially around my low back, in my abdomen, my sacral area, my hips, lots of discomfort, lots of pain. And there have been times where movement felt good and I enjoyed it, and then there also have been times, including the last couple of months in particular, where rest has been needed. And so I have not been doing very much physically. I have not been working out and exercising. I have not been, I still go swimming and I still go for walks, and but I haven't been pushing myself by any stretch of the imagination, because my body has just been hurting and painful and stiff. And lots of times people say or think that you need to push through that. And I'm telling you, no, you do not need to do that. Our body's healing needs to come from grace, gentleness, softness, and understand that because you've chosen to return to love, because you've chosen to honor your emotions, now your physical body is healing just as a natural byproduct of that, but it takes time, because the body's healing isn't instantaneous, right? It's not like a perception shift where like, oh, I've changed my perception and now I see things differently from here on out, which does happen sometimes. And sometimes it takes a little bit more work than that, but sometimes it does happen like that. But when it comes to the body, it happens gradually. We have to let these transformations happen gradually. And even with my weight loss journey, it has come off in waves. It has come off in cycles when it was time for it. It wasn't because I forced it. It wasn't because I perfected my discipline. It wasn't because I ate only 1,500 calories a day of this type of food or whatever. It was because I listened to my body, because I returned to love, because I trusted that God is transforming me over time. And so this is how we heal. And you are not meant to be in pain forever. You are not meant to. But you have to choose to return to love. Because if you do not return to love and you stay rooted in distortions, you will continue to create the conditions that cause more pain and dis-ease in the body. When we are anchored in truth, when we are anchored in love, when we are anchored in our source, in God, that is what brings health and well-being, right? When we are rooted in love. And so as long as we continue to choose to love ourselves, we will not create those conditions again. And our body will heal, and we will return to more and more and more health and well-being until we just feel good and life is good. So, be patient with your healing. Be more gentle. Be softer. Be the loving, truly loving caretaker of your body as it goes through this process. I still am in pain a lot. I still feel those things. And I go through periods of time where I feel great as well. But when the pain is there, I don't think that I'm doing something wrong anymore. Instead, I realize this is just another wave of healing, and I'm going to allow it. I love you guys. And if you would like some information on my Becoming the Dreamer course, which is going to guide you through healing and remembering how to open your heart to love and your dreams again, and know that life is going to get better from here on out, because this is rooted in who you really are, the I am presence. DM me and let me know, and I'll send you some info. Love you.